Uh, Chat, I actually have a funny story. So when it was 420, I was like, oh. I was like, dude, we gotta do a 420 stream. And I told you, I'm not like a smoker. But, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and fucking lie to you and be like, I've never, you know, I'm 26. So then I'm like, oh, we gotta do a 420 stream, right? Bro, there's a dispensary down the street from my house. I'm like, oh shit, let's get a fucking cookie and go on stream and just see what the fuck happens. You know what I mean? Bro, I go in there, they're like, yeah, you need a medical card. I'm like, what? It's legal. They're like, no, it's not. I'm like, what are you talking? It's literally legal now. They're like, no, it's not. So I'm like, all right, well, how do I do this? They're like, well, you can just get a card. Like, and I was like, how do I get a card? They're like, you can, there's a few different ways. You can go to a doctor. They even have like doctors you could FaceTime. And I'm like, oh shit. So I could do that right now. They're like, you could do that right now. So I was like, all right, cool. Like this will be fun, bro, for the stream, right? So I go on this website. I pay $40. They're like, your doctor will call you shortly, right? I had to give them my ID and like, you know, fill out my shit and stuff. They're like, oh, your doctor will be with you shortly. I'm like, cool. I get a FaceTime call. This dude answers. It's this like 50-year-old Asian guy. He's like, oh, Mr. You know, he's like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, oh, what's going on? What's going on, doc? And he's like, hey, how's everything going? I'm like, is this are we pretending that we know each other right now? So I was like, oh yeah, it's everything's going good. And then he was like, he's like, so what seems to be the problem right now? And I was like, oh, okay, so I see what's happening here. I was like, oh man, I'm having some pain. I can't sleep at night. You know, he's like, oh, you know what would be really good for that is medical marijuana would be great for that. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, it would be. And I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. And he was like, I said, yeah, we'll send that card over right now. Check your emails. You'll have a temporary card, and then, you know, we'll get you your card. And I was like, oh my God, like that's amazing. Thank you, doc. And then he was like, yeah, have a good day. And then he just hung up. And I was right there. I was like, holy shit, like this is a finesse. So then I go right back to the dispensary. I got the email and it said like a thing, and I was like, I got the okay from the doctor, and they were like, listen, okay, I don't think you understood. Like, you need a medical card. Like, it's like distributed to you by the government. And I'm like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, I don't know. Like, that's just like you send that your approval letter to the government, and then they give you a thing. I'm like, what? Wait, what? I need it today. I need a cookie now. I don't need it like, how long is this going to take? They're like, yeah, it takes like 3 weeks. I'm like, I need it now. Long story short, I forgot about it. I was like, fuck it, whatever. I don't care. I'll take the $40 L. I don't give a fuck. Dude, Nick calls me today, right? My brother Nick. He calls me. He's like, yo, mom's upset. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm ready to get in the car. I'm like, what the fuck's going on over there? He's like, she just opened the mail. Do you have a medical marijuana card? I'm like, wait, why did she open my mail? And why did it go to the house? Dude, my mom comes home from work, opens up the mail and sees a medical marijuana card in there. And I'm like, what? Dude, Nick, you gotta tell her this is like a joke or something. Like, what the fuck? So then he's like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Like, she's freaking, she's gonna throw it in the garbage. I'm like, all right, well, hold on, don't do that. Like, let's just, so then I was like, oh, send me a picture of it, right? Dude, I got finessed, okay? It's first of all, it's the shittiest fake looking card I've ever seen. It says California medical ID or medical marijuana ID or something. So I can't even use it in New Jersey if I wanted to. This is for California, which, by the way, you can just walk in a dispensary in California. You don't need a medical card. So I literally got scammed. Like, I literally got finessed. Like, online, I got finessed. Legit. So I got scammed. I can't get a cookie. I don't have a medical card. And now my mom thinks that I'm a stoner now. So that was my day today. That was my day today. In case you were wondering how my day went. Yeah, no, I tried to tell her, I'm like, yeah, this is for like a stream. Like, I don't care. I don't want like a card. So yeah, go to recreation dispo. Now there isn't any. They basically said the dispensaries now, in about a year or maybe a little less, will also have a recreational side. So, but they said they'll always favor medical patients. So if you're in New Jersey and you want to get medical marijuana, like, you need to get the official card. Because yeah, it's not gonna work any other way. At least that shit is legal in your country. Wait, Cassius, where are you? Wait, legal in your country, Cassius, where are you from? Australia. It's not legal in Australia? So if you get caught, let's say you're in Australia and you have weed on you, what happens to you? Like, what's the punishment? Matt, is there a new one? Hey, yo. Some of you were joking around saying death penalty, life in jail. Dude, there are countries, if you have weed on you, doesn't matter the amount, you're going to jail, possible death sentence. That's literally not a joke. Look that shit up. Look that shit up. If anyone knows the country, let me know so I can tell them. This is real, bro. This is literally real.